from robots to drones and to computer programming. This school year, Duval County Public Schools is launching STEM education into the stratosphere with new advancements and opportunities. Welcome to this episode of Real School. I'm George Boston. Today, we begin with Real School reporter Molly Kirkwood. She's here with more on a partnership guaranteed to get student success down to a science.
George, did you know that 1 in 5 jobs in the U.S. requires knowledge in at least one STEM field? I'd say those numbers tell it all. These aren't your regular Legos.
Yeah.
These aren't even regular toys.
My favorite part is building the robot, building the attachments, building the stuff that completes the missions.
You heard that right. These are robots, all programmed and activated by Duval County Public Schools students.
This is the brick, which is kind of like the computer of the robot. It shows everything on it.
When the robot moves around, you don't need to use any control, which usually robots you had to use controllers to move them around. But for this one, all you had to do is go on the computer.
This is Susie E. Tolbert Elementary School. The students you see in this classroom aren't just building for fun, they're building brighter futures.
This type of problem solving, where students are able to see a problem and devise a solution, is absolutely a skill set that will be necessary and needed, whatever it is that they imagine.
Their handiwork served as a backdrop for an exciting announcement, a new partnership between Duval County Public Schools and the nonprofit organization, STEM 2 Hub, where STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. STEM 2 Hub adds another M, medicine. Florida Department of Education board member Gary Chartrand founded the organization.
By 2020, we will have 1.4 million computer science jobs open in the United States, with only 400,000 qualified people to go into those jobs.
He says this partnership is all about creating and expanding opportunities for STEM education, both in and out of the classroom, with the focus on robotics, Legos, and math. That includes more coding classes, internships, competitions, and after-school activities. School district leaders say a key element of this partnership is exposing students to STEM at an early age. Expect to see more full-time coding classes offered in at least 10 elementary schools.
And there are opportunities that this partnership has afforded them that we could not otherwise provide as a school district.
Talk to any of these students and it's crystal clear. They're doing much more than just having fun. They're gaining valuable, lifelong skills.
I learned about gracious professionalism. It's all it means is working together, teamwork, not yelling at each other, not talking over each other.
I've learned that if you work as a team, you could do amazing stuff like build robots like we've done in the past.
We know this is just the beginning of a great partnership. To learn more about STEM 2 Hub, just go to our website. For Real School, I'm Molly Kirkwood.
STEM studies at Baldwin Middle Senior High School are soaring to new heights, thanks to the addition of a new dual enrollment program. But as Real School anchor Joel Oliver reports, this program is just one of many STEM options available to students. Joel?
George, unmanned aerial vehicles, better known as drones, are in high demand. So what happens when you put this technology in the hands of Duval students? The answer is easy. The sky becomes the limit. Ready for liftoff. And just like that, students in Mr. John Wells Aviation class are flying high with their very own drone.
I feel like it's preparing me for what's going to happen after school, college, and everything like that. I just think it's awesome that I'm getting this opportunity.
Students in this course are learning to program drones just like the pros. But they aren't just working with what flies in the air, but also with what moves and jumps on the ground. This is the second year this aviation course has been available at Baldwin Middle Senior High, but this year students have a new option, earning college credit. This class is now part of a dual enrollment program affiliated with the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. It's called the Gates Aerospace Institute. Every student who is a part of this program has the potential to earn up to 18 college credits by the time they graduate high school. Those credits can be applied toward a variety of STEM majors. That includes air traffic control, computer programming, and more.
I'm a credentialed professor right here on campus. They don't have to leave the campus. I teach them right there in the classroom, They get their books and everything from me, and I teach them the class. If they successfully pass the class, then they get college credits.
There's more. Baldwin students can also take Lego robotics as early as middle school.
Set, go. Step away from the robot.
Here, students have programmed robots to compete in the Sumo Bot Challenge. Looks fun, right?
When I go into class, I'm always excited to see what challenge we're going to be given and how our team can work together to complete the challenge.
It's exciting because when you put all this work and effort into it, and then if it works, it's just like you feel accomplished.
Wells says his hope is to get middle school students interested in the robotics course so they can transition into the aviation course. The ultimate goal? To help students realize their potential and to build a strong foundation for their future.
It's important because these kids grew up in a technological society. You know, the equipment and technology is growing in leaps and bounds. If they don't keep up, we won't have the people to fill the jobs that's coming along in the future. So it's important to get them ready for those jobs so that when the opportunity comes, they'll be ready.
Wells says there are plenty of real-life applications in learning how to program drones and robots. He says a number of industries, from medical to rescue to even the movie industry, benefit from these skill sets. Now that is exciting. For Real School, I'm Joel Oliver. Back to you.
Duval County Public Schools is making the grade and passing with flying colors. The result of a national assessment shows DCPS is one of the top performing urban districts in the country.
Today, Duval County Public Schools takes a huge step forward in becoming the best urban school district in the country.
Dr. Vitti made the exciting announcement in this news conference. He says this is the result of the district's first-time participation in the National Trial Urban District Assessment. 4th and 8th grade reading and math scores were compared with other school districts across the country. Of the 21 districts that participated, Duval County earned top 4 rankings in 3 categories: 2nd and 8th grade reading, 4th and 4th grade reading, and 4th and 4th grade math. Now that is good news. Jack's Chamber President and CEO Daniel Davis says this news is not only good for the school district, but also for the city.
And when we're selling this community to businesses who want to come here, they want to see an educated workforce. And that's what we are going to use. I'm using these numbers when we bring people here.
Duval County also scored high in several subcategories, including students with disabilities and African American students. To read more, head to duvalschools.org and click on the article. From public education to higher education, Real School cameras were rolling as Dr. Vitti and members of the Duval County School Board met with Florida State College at Jacksonville leadership. The meeting took place at FSCJ with College President Cynthia Bateau and several District Board of Trustees in attendance. Among the topics discussed were dual enrollment and early college. In fact, 2 early college students had the opportunity to speak to the group about their experiences. Our next story is a case of the classroom meets Mother Nature. Let's head to the Jacksonville Fairgrounds to learn more about a club that is literally growing our next generation of leaders. Real School reporter Charlotte Rogers has the scoop.
Hey George, talk about some fertile ground for a big crop of talented students. Without a doubt, members of the 4-H Club are reaping a harvest of experience, confidence, and success. These are the sights and the sounds of a good old-fashioned competition.
She has a long, narrow head. She has a very good eye.
Welcome to the Jacksonville Fairgrounds. Students from all over the region have gathered in an area known as Old McDonald's Farm. They've spent months raising a variety of animals from chickens to rabbits, and now they're ready to hear what the judges have to say.
They're looking for the fur, make sure their body is like nothing's wrong with it.
They're going to be looking to see if their breed is good, if they're too fat or skinny.
I would say I get nervous, but at the end I'd be excited.
One group of students that's here in full force, the 4-H Club at Lewis Sheffield Elementary School. Mr., Mrs., and Charlie are just some of the rabbits they've brought in to be judged. But before you think this club is about students playing with animals, think again. Teacher Natalie Blackburn says much of what these students learned is rooted in science.
like taking care of plants and what they need and what some plants need to grow in the winter.
They love taking the vegetables home because I grew this cucumber, or I grew this pepper. They get really excited about it, when normally if you were to go to the grocery store with a kid, they could care less about being in the produce department. They just, playing on their phone. But when they're out there hands-on with it, they really do get into it.
By working with animals and participating in competitions, students are learning a lot about public speaking, communication, and personal responsibility.
They've gained experience handling the animal, taking care of it, grooming it, dealing. The parents are not allowed to help with it. They supervise. I have to take care of this. This animal is depending on me. This plant is depending on me. It teaches responsibility and the self-discipline.
Some people think like things like 4-H and FFA, it's just a bunch of kids who live in the country doing stuff. We do so much more than that.
William Ansley is a 10th grader at Frank H. Peterson who was once part of Sheffield's program.
Doing 4-H in general brings citizenship skills, leadership skills, and those are things that have helped me tons.
And it doesn't hurt that students also have the chance to earn awards and scholarships. Call it an added bonus to an experience students believe is not only valuable, but also fruitful.
4-H has everything that you want to offer.
You want to know what else is really cool? Head on over to Sheffield Elementary, where you'll find a compound on campus with animals like goats, geese, rabbits, and chickens. Sounds like I need to make a visit. For Real School, I'm Charlotte Rogers. Back to you.
Coming up on Real School, watch as hundreds of Duval County students hit the streets for a good cause. After the break, we're going to R.V. Daniels and Susie Tolbert Elementary Schools. Find out what important message prompted this neighborhood parade. Plus, we want you to discover all of the reasons why this teacher is public education strong. Stay tuned to catch a special in-classroom surprise you don't want to miss. But first, Real School is pleased to share with you the winners of the district's first ever Bully Prevention Video PSA contest. Earlier this school year, students were invited to submit a 30-second video with the theme United Against Bullying. Dozens of entries were submitted, and today we present to you the 3 top videos.
Wait, something isn't right. Did I miss something? Even if you ignore bullying, it doesn't go away. The first step to stop it is to uncover it.
They marched, they moved, and they made their message loud and clear. We're there as hundreds of students participate in multi-school War Against Drugs parade. Welcome back to Real School. This year's National Red Ribbon Week saw schools across the district host a variety of activities with one goal: teach students to say no to drugs. For Susie Tolbert and R.V. Daniels Elementary Schools, that meant taking part in their annual War on Drugs parade. Led by the Rains High School Junior ROTC and marching band, students walked through the surrounding community. Some students wore costumes and others waved flags. Plenty of parents and neighbors also joined in on the fun by lining up the streets. What a fun way to make a strong statement. At Jacksonville Beach Elementary School, Red Ribbon Week activities included a special visit for military personnel. Members of the U.S. Navy joined students for their daily morning run on the school track. And wow, everyone is looking good. You can always find Jacksonville Beach Elementary students up and running before the first bell rings. It's all part of the school's 100-mile running club. Real School reporter Alex Sobel joins us with more on how this club is helping hundreds of students go the distance.
George, when we say these students can go for miles, we're not kidding. Last year, the school totaled well over 20,000 miles, and it doesn't look like they're slowing down anytime soon.
Wow, this is great. Now we have our special guest here this morning, and it's our special military people. I want you guys to all be very grateful and honorable to them.
In no time, those special guests led students into a pre-run stretch, getting their muscles and minds ready to hit the pavement. The sky may have been gray, but nothing was going to get in the way of these students getting in a good run.
They are driven. They love to run. They love the exercise. It's also a big social thing, and it teaches them the social skills.
That's Coach Leslie Brinkley. She's a parent volunteer who helps run the school's 100-mile running club. Based out of California, this organization invites schools to start their own clubs in order to help curb childhood obesity.
100-Mile Club is a running club that teaches the children how to set a goal and accomplish the goal and gives them the satisfaction and teaches all of the important things about setting a goal while getting a lot of fun exercise.
Here at Jacksonville Beach Elementary, students run before school. They begin by checking in with volunteers who mark them off a list. Then, they're off, with many of their parents and siblings close by cheering them on. For every lap students run, they get a popsicle stick.
Here you go.
5 or 6 sticks adds up to a mile, and before you know it, each student has run 1 or even 2 miles before class. By the end of the school year, most students end up running 100 miles, but some will hit the 200-mile mark. Impressed? Well, listen to this. Last year, students at the school ran a total of 23,000 miles.
The teachers love it. They'd like us to do it every day, but they bring out the kids with their bucket of sticks during recess, and it's teacher-led. And so the kids are choosing to do that on their own instead of maybe sitting around or just walking around. They're still running around the track and getting that exercise.
Petty Officer First Class Earl Hendricks joined students one morning for a run. He believes this club is a great way to get students up and running and excited about physical fitness at a young age.
So they get in the habit of doing it, so it won't be harder for them to do it later. They're already accustomed to running or doing some kind of physical activity outside.
It's clear this club is not only helping students now, it's also helping them in the long run.
They're learning to go further and further, and they're setting the goal, and they understand that exercise is important and it feels good while they're meeting their goals and having fun with it.
You may have noticed students and volunteers wearing bright green shirts with numbers on the back. These numbers represent different milestones that students can reach throughout the year. And I hear that students can earn some pretty sweet prizes, including recognition and an end-of-the-year ceremony. For Real School, I'm Alex Sobel.
I don't know about you, but here at Real School, we love a good surprise. And what's even better than one surprise is two. As Real School anchor Desiree Miller reports, neither teacher saw this coming. She joins us now with this video.
George, this first surprise is so good you want to see it. Lone Star Elementary nurse Carolyn Murray thought she was stopping by the school for a visit, but it didn't take long for her to realize that this was much more than just a visit.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
This is video of Murray being surprised by staff in the Lone Star Elementary front office. This was the first time many had seen Murray in months. That's because last June, Murray was diagnosed with breast cancer and had to leave school to undergo chemotherapy treatments. Murray regularly works with students who have diabetes. And on this day, 3 of those students surprised Murray with homemade cards. Aw, isn't that sweet? But students and staff had much more up their sleeves. Check this out. Lone Star Principal Amy Lindgreen led Murray outside to the school's courtyard, where a crowd of students and teachers decked out in pink greeted her with applause and lots of love. Murray learned that the Lone Star community came together to raise money and buy her a wig through a local organization called In the Pink. They support women, men, and children with breast cancer. Wow, what a kind gesture.
I had no idea. They just said they were doing something for breast cancer awareness, so I had no clue what that was. So I was very surprised, very surprised. It's so great to see everybody. It really is. It makes me feel wonderful.
That makes me feel happy that she knows that I'm helping her. I love her and I pray for her.
Talk about an amazing surprise and a supportive community. What's even better is that Nurse Murray returned to school late last month. While she does have some continuing care, Murray is officially cancer-free. Isn't that great? We wish you continued health and the very best. Welcome to the Discover Duval Schools tour at Beauclair Elementary. These tours allow members of the community to visit our schools and get a closer look at the district's programs and offerings. The visit began with school leaders showing off the Beauclair chorus. What a talented group! Then on to classroom visits, and the first stop carried a big announcement. Dr. Nikolai Vitti and board member Ashley Smith-Juarez surprising dual language and math teacher Amanda Tigert by naming her a Public Education Strong Teacher.
We just want to take a moment to recognize the work that she does every day, not only for the children in this room, but the other professionals at the school and the community as a whole. So thank you for what you do every day, and this is just a small certificate to recognize the work that you do every day on behalf of children.
Tigert not only got a special Public Education Strong certificate, she also received a gift card sponsored by Blackfin and AXA Advisors. I gotta say, that's a great way to be honored. Congratulations to Ms. Tigert and all of our teachers who truly make public education strong. For Real School, I'm Desiree Miller. George, back to you.
Next on Real School, we're going behind the scenes with the department in charge of over 13,000 district employees. We're talking about human resources. Tune in to catch a special one-on-one interview as we dig deeper into this department. Don't change the channel, Real School will be right back.
Throughout our lifetime, we make important decisions, and choosing the right school for your child's education should be one of them. From neighborhood elementary schools to magnet middle schools and nationally ranked high schools, we educate all children. That's our commitment to you and your family. We are the students, we are the teachers, we are the community. We are Public Education Strong. Duval County Public Schools. Every school, every classroom, every student, every day.
In a district of over 160 schools and 125,000 students, having the right staff in place is key. But have you ever wondered what the hiring process is like for district employees? Look no further. Real School anchor Madeline Bryant is here with the details.
Hi George, I'm joined by Sunita Young, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
What exactly do you guys do over in Human Resources?
We are the second largest employer in Jacksonville, and we hire approximately 13,000 employees, of which over 8,000 are teachers, either school-based classroom teachers or district teachers. And so our role is to perform all of the human resource functions, including hiring, supporting, and ultimately retaining those employees for our district, and ensuring that they have all of the support that they need to support our students in their learning.
So not all of those employees are teachers, so who else works in the district?
As I said, approximately 8,000 of our employees are teachers. I think I would certainly leave some off if I tried to name all of them. But if you think about a school system and think about all of the roles that are supportive to student learning, then probably every position that you can think of, we hire. So for example, we know that students need a safe school building, so we hire maintenance workers to ensure the safety, the safe operations of our school. We hire school police officers and security guards to ensure that students are safe. We have paraprofessionals who are in our buildings, and they support student learning. But then some of the positions that you probably don't commonly think about, like the person who makes sure that the buses arrive on time. So our transportation staff. We hire individuals to make sure that buildings are clean, our custodians, our accountants who make sure that our employees get paid properly. So again, at the risk of losing or leaving out some, we hire approximately 5,000 additional support employees.
So what are some ways that your staff goes about employing the best employees?
Well, we advertise all of our positions on the district's website. That would be the first place that anyone who's interested in learning more about what career opportunities exist in our district, they should definitely visit the Duval Schools website and visit the Human Resources page. There they can find all of the instructional positions, teaching and support teaching positions, as well as all of our operational positions. Beyond that, we also go to national recruiting events, and we just really attempt to engage talent throughout the country. So we're looking for high quality administrators and teachers and other support personnel by attending those venues and recruiting through those venues as well.
Do prospective employees have to go through background checks before they're hired?
Absolutely. The safety of our students, our teachers, and other employees is of paramount importance. And by law, we are required to conduct what's called a level 2 background screening. And that goes beyond just a local criminal check, and it expands nationwide to review all applicants that are offered positions to determine if they meet both the state guidelines for eligibility for employment as well as the district's guidelines. The district guidelines are intentionally more stringent than what the state requires. So the state sets minimal levels for criminal investigations or criminal backgrounds, but our board and our superintendent have created more stringent guidelines that we follow. I would also say not only is our expectation that our applicants are screened, but once you are employed, the expectation is that you maintain that high standard of conduct as well.
What's something that your department does that you think that viewers might be surprised about?
I'm not sure that viewers would be surprised. I hope that they would be more pleased to hear and to learn that in addition to recruiting talent, that we are equally concerned about retaining that talent. So we believe to have an organization that functions at a high level, that we need to reduce the amount of attrition that exists or the amount of turnover that exists with our employees. And so we believe very strongly in hiring high quality talent, but also supporting the teachers and support personnel that we have so that we can have them for a long time.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to learn more about human resources, go to our district website and look under departments. For Real School, I'm Madeline Bryant. Back to you.
That's it for this episode of Real School. We'll be back next month when a new episode premieres on Sunday, January the 3rd at 6 p.m. on the CW. You can always keep up with the latest news at duvalschools.org. Till then, thanks for watching and have a great day.